was the scene a few years back at the Detroit Auto Show when Nissan unveiled its concept of what could be its fifth generation Z car. But you know, back then, most doubted the company would get the go-ahead to build it. I mean, Nissan was burdened with massive debt. But today, the sun is shining once again, and the only way to describe Nissan is hot, including its product, like the Altima and G35, just to name a couple. But this week, we're going to get our first peek at the return of the Nissan hot rod. And this time out, they're calling it the 350Z.
It is in this room, named Sports 70, that the Datsun 240Z sports design began 3 years ago.
We realized that the Z was really part of Nissan's DNA, and if we were going to be true to ourselves, we had to have a Z in our lineup. And so we just started thinking about it back in 1999. And what could we do? What would a new Z be like? How could we bring it into the marketplace? What would make sense? And the result is the car that we've got here today. We're very proud of this engine. V6, VQ35. It's been an award-winning engine. This is the latest iteration of it, the most powerful engine of this type that we've had, 287 horsepower. You can get either a 6-speed manual, which is a brand new design, or a 5-speed automatic. The suspension is all aluminum. It's very lightweight, but very responsive. It's a new design for us, a new multi-link design. So when you drive this car, it's nimble, but it's easy to drive at the same time.
To me, it feels like a GT car like the old 300ZX was. I don't really feel the same kind of nimbleness or agility as you did have with the original Z car. That being said, you know, the price is pretty attractive for the package, for the performance, definitely.
Torque comes on really low, like 1200 RPM, I think the book said, which is really important. It means you don't have to push it hard in the high RPMs to make it drive right.
You know, there was always something missing with Nissan. You didn't really know what they stood for. Mazda has the Miata. There are cars like that. And with Nissan, you got to wonder, you know, what kind of company is it? Making good cars, good sedans, but then again, just about everybody makes a good sedan nowadays. So I think that from an image standpoint, yes, it's an important car for them.
It's got a very long wheelbase, very short overhangs. The wheels are out at the corners. When you see this vehicle, it's clearly moving, even when it's standing still. It's kind of an old phrase, but we think it really applies to this vehicle. And it's got all the performance and all the high-tech goodies that people want, but it's a very easy car to drive. This is a car you could drive every day. There's lots of competition. BMW obviously has some very good cars. Honda S2000 is another vehicle that, you know, has a similar type of feel. Boxster, Porsche, you know, clearly a real sports car. And we looked at all those vehicles and we said, you know what, we think we can do better. One way we've done better is our price is very good at under $45,000. This vehicle is one tremendous value for someone who wants a sports car. It has more power than those other vehicles, and we think it's a better everyday car.
You remember the original Z?
Yeah.
You're not too old to drive in this one now, are you?
No, I'm not too old to drive in this one, and I wasn't too young to drive in the other one either. No, I remember all the Z cars, and I've really liked them from the first 240 through the 300, which was 1996, I think, was when the Z car disappeared from the scene. And I was real excited when they announced that they were going to build a Z.
It's going to be interesting to see how they do about, you know, how they market the car and who actually buys it, because even though they target these younger buyers, some of them, maybe the name doesn't have any resonance for them. You know, they weren't around when the original car was introduced. As far as the affluent boomers are concerned, they'll have no problems with that because they buy just about everything right now.
For the car business, it's good to have those kind of vehicles in the lineup for people to see them. I think it keeps people enthusiastic about what car companies are capable of. And I'm very proud of the fact that Nissan has this icon and we could bring it back into the marketplace.